Hi everybody, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Trying to think of anything else that I want to say. Let us know who's here. Let us know maybe where you're joining from. If it's your first time with me, maybe, what questions you have already about Jupiter and Taurus. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. But hi, Kim. Good morning. Hey there, Bonnie. How's it going? It's always like awkward starting these sessions. I gotta figure out how to come in with a bang next time. Shabam. Sup. Hi, Christine. Happy Tuesday, Jacqui and lovely tribe. Welcome. Hello, Jacqui. She says, greetings, lovely friends. Bonnie, first time caller, long time listener. You call in like every session, Bonnie. I love it. Good morning, Doug. Nice to see you. We were just here yesterday, so I feel like, I don't know, we don't have much to catch up on. Mercury retrograde is over. Are you guys feeling it? Are you feeling a more concise stream of consciousness? This Mercury retrograde hit me pretty hard. It came conjunct to my sun, so I think that had a lot to do with, I just kind of went wonky. I went haywire. So I am, I'm on the right track. I talked to you yesterday about the technological issues I've been having on Insight Timer, and I talked about buying a new computer. So it's on the way. Just letting you guys know. I did purchase a new computer yesterday. My intention is to redo my downstairs Reiki room so that I can do these transmissions down there. That's where I usually do most of my work, but this Insight Timer thing started first, so whatever. It's another new project for me to start on, right? Jacqui says, y'all seem giddy today. I guess. I'm excited to do like back-to-back sessions. We're going to do this talking about Jupiter in Taurus. We're going to pull some cards to see. We'll talk about that. And then after this, I'm going to host a YouTube live session pretty much immediately following to get more specific on what Jupiter in Taurus means for you, depending on what houses Jupiter is going to transit through. So maybe I'm just like hyping myself up because I get back-to-back sessions today. Fiona, good morning. Jacqui, Christine, and all dear friends here. Welcome, Fiona. Thanks for saying hello. All right, let's talk about Jupiter in Taurus. But first, Bonnie says, I'm pushing into light energy. Gotta stay out of those dark fractals? Fractals? That's fair. Sometimes it's okay to be in the darkness, but right now you're pushing into the light, and that's okay. So let's talk about Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter will enter Taurus in a couple hours, about 4 hours from now. Jupiter's going to be entering Taurus until May of 24, so he'll be there for a whole year. Jupiter has been in Aries since last May. And he took a back step into Pisces really quick in November, December, but he's mostly been in Aries for the last year. Jupiter takes about 1 year in each sign, so that means it takes him 12 years to cycle the full zodiac. So we haven't seen Jupiter in Taurus since June of 2011 to June of 2012. So I don't know if anything shocking happened from mid-2011 to mid-2012, but those energies might be similar to what's going to happen this next year. With astrology, you can do that. Like, you can look back to, especially these big transits, right? We haven't seen Jupiter in Taurus for the last 12 years. So what was it like 12 years ago? And it's not going to be the exact blueprint of how it was before, and that's because all of the other planets are elsewhere, impacting the energies in a different way. So you can use it as a reference, but it's not going to be a repeat unless you like create the repeat because you expect it. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Fiorella. Nice to see you. So Jupiter is the planet, it's the biggest planet in the sky. It's the planet of luck, abundance, growth, expansion. Jupiter brings blessings. Jupiter also represents truth. When I think of Jupiter, a lot of astrologers describe him as Santa Claus energy, just the big gregarious, ho, 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 larger than life. And I see the Kool-Aid man when I think of Jupiter, just burst in here like, here, I'm Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, if that tells you anything. If that means something to you, cool. If not, don't worry about it. Fiorella said, 12 years ago, I landed my first big corporate fashion job in 2011, June 2011. Yeah, Taurus, right? So Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus rules a lot of stuff. So I'm going to list them out slowly because there's a lot going on. But Taurus pretty much has to do with our resources. Resources can involve our skills, what we place value on. So our resources can be money, right? Landing a huge corporate fashion job, that's expanding your money. Taurus also rules our physical body. Taurus rules the food supply and the simple pleasures in life. Taurus rules the 5 senses. Taurus is the sensualist, not the sensual farmer. It can be. So Jupiter in Taurus can manifest itself in like a multitude of ways, because I didn't even sure, I can throw out these keywords about what Jupiter represents and what Taurus represents, but there's still like so much more energy beneath all of it. So this can look like growing or expanding on a skill that you already have, utilizing your skills, utilizing your resources for a different purpose, for a more like getting more out of what you already have. This could look like learning a whole new skill that allows you to use what you already have. Jupiter in Taurus is a great time to get into a new trade, expanding what you can do, right? Christine says, all I can say is I don't need a repeat of that time in my life. Then change it. Eunice says, 12 years ago, I had a baby. Interesting. Jackie, I did a quick park through my photo albums from 2011 to 2012, and it was a quick peek, and it was tons of family energy, but maybe that's all that goes in my albums. So yeah, let's maybe listen to a couple more of these other things and see. So having a baby 12 years ago, that if it was your first baby, that would be learning the new skill, Taurus, of having being a mother, learning how to manage probably your money supply, right? When you bring a baby into the world, it can get really expensive. Learning how to, expanding on how you use all of the things in your household. How am I going to feed the baby? How am I going to clothe the baby? How, what do I need so the baby can sleep? Those types of things. Yeah. Jupiter in Taurus, excuse me, can bring opportunities, Jupiter, for an abundant cash flow. Taurus rules your money. This can also, Jupiter, I like to focus on the blessings because I choose to wear rose-colored glasses. I know I do. But Jupiter in Taurus can also it can expand your resources, expand your finances. So that could be coming in, but that could also be going out. But what we know about the universe and currency is it's always back and forth. So if there is an abundant expense that comes to you, just know once it goes out, it's going to come back in, and vice versa. If you have an abundant income, there's probably going to be something following that's going to need an abundant expel of those resources as well. Christine says mine was negative family energy, something I personally could not change. But now that you're 12 years wiser, you may have some more skills about protecting yourself from that energy. Jupiter is also the planet that has to do with truth. Because it wouldn't bring blessings to a lie or a facade. So Jupiter is here to help you reveal truth about all of these Taurus areas of your life. And something that came through strongly when I was making my notes is like revealing the truth behind a health condition. And that can usher in some abundant healing of your physical body. I've learned so much in the last few years about like how energy is stored in the body and how emotions are stored in the body and how literally 100% of our diseases have to do with some trauma that hasn't been processed or some like underlying belief about yourself that hasn't been healed yet. Literally this morning, so I've had this book for a couple weeks and it just hasn't been the right time to start it. So I started it this morning. It's another Ted Andrews book. Ted Andrews is the guy that wrote Animal Speak. And he also, in that book, he referenced the Healer's Manual. And I started reading that this morning. And the intro is like a review for me because I've been learning about this stuff for a while. But it's still just like, oh yeah, a reminder. Like every single physical ailment that we have in our body, the ailment itself is a signal to a deeper problem. It's not that the pain or the disease is the problem. That's like the symptom, you know? And then getting to the root of what energy is in the body. So Jupiter and Taurus, I can see that as like bringing truth, lifting the veil about why you have been experiencing a certain illness or why you get a runny nose every October, you know? Just in the first chapter alone, it was very interesting to hear reasons behind why people get sick. I just want to throw this one out there because it was like a really hard truth, and I appreciated it. But like people will unconsciously manifest disease and illness because they feel like they're not receiving enough love and attention from the world. So they'll have this illness to hang on to say like, ooh, yeah, like show me attention because I have this. And it's all unconscious, you know? These people are not like, yes, I need love, ha ha ha, make me sick. But it's like happening in the background and it's just so interesting. And things like when people don't have the inner motivation anymore to do this responsibility of life, they'll manifest a disease that literally cripples them to like get a free pass out of this lifetime. Like just let me go. Like I'm done with this. Like here's okay, cool, just take me now. It was just interesting to read. Christine, that's when you adopted Richter, your sweet little kitty boy. That was happy. Jacqui, the first book by Ted Andrews is Animal Speak. Animal Speak is one. And then the one that I started reading this morning is The Healer's Manual. And that, especially with Jupiter and Taurus, like I think this would be a great time to learn about your physical body. Jupiter is expanding and helping you grow, helping you see truth about your physical body. So if there's an ailment that you've had that you're just done with, take charge. Do something about it. Yeah, are you reading Animal Speak right now? I love it. I love it. Yes, Jane, The Healer's Manual is also by Ted Andrews. Nicole says, interesting. 12 years ago, I experienced a physical injury from running. Physical body, right? Jupiter is expanding your need to observe your physical body as well. I love it. When Jupiter was in Taurus the last time for me, I was fired from my first job. So there's Jupiter like expanding my attention to money and resources. But then, because I've always just been like, blah, everything's fine, I'll figure it out. I did, and I landed a really good job at the Apple Store, like out of nowhere. I had no computer knowledge. I worked at the Apple Store for like 6 years. I did not fit there. I worked in the back and I opened boxes. But at that time in my life, it was a really big pay bump. Like, I got part-time insurance and all this stuff. Like, Jupiter and Taurus, thank you. Like, thank you for this abundant income source at a time when I was, that's where, when things get bad, it just opens the door for things to get better. Like, I didn't expect to get fired from a job. It's a long story. But that is where I'm gonna, that's as much as I'm gonna say about Jupiter in Taurus for now. We'll be talking about him for the next year. If you want to get like a more detailed look at your natal chart, I'm gonna do it at 9:45. So it's 8:30 Central right now. In an hour and 15 minutes, I'm gonna go live on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna talk about where Jupiter is transiting through your natal chart, just to give you a better idea of what area of your life might be open to receiving these blessings and abundance from Jupiter through the Taurus areas of your life. So if you want to join, just search my name on YouTube and then join us at 9:45 Central. But because I wanted to talk about, as Jupiter is walking into Taurus, he first has to make a square to Pluto, because Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius right now. So Jupiter is like all gung-ho, like ready to, yeah, we're doing this new sign. All right, let's go, let's go. But then he looks across the sky and there's Pluto just staring at him. So there's going to be some tension available, right? That doesn't mean you need to let it take over your life. But Jupiter and Pluto are going to be making a square for the rest of the week. Jupiter at 0 degrees of Taurus, Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Squares, it's a 90-degree angle in the sky. Like, just think about how that impacts the energy flow. Energy likes to go in a straight line, or like wave around or whatever. This is like a kink in the energy. So it can feel uncomfortable. But this is always how growth happens. The square energy is like a growing pain. So Jupiter in Taurus, Pluto in Aquarius, those are both fixed signs. So the tension between the two fixed signs feels like a tug of war. Any square feels like a tug of war, but fixed energy is like stubborn, super stubborn. This is what I know, and I'm not changing until you force me to change. That's fixed energy. So it's like having an argument with someone who's not willing to see the other side of the perspective. Like, not even to say that you're right, but like they're just stuck in proving that they are right. So that's the fixed square energy. Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius is fixed air. So Pluto does not want to change his mind. Pluto does not want to change his thoughts. Taurus is in, Jupiter in Taurus is fixed earth. So right now, Jupiter does not want to change his routine. I have things the way that they're going. My life is fine right now. I'm going to dig my heels in the ground. Whenever we have aspects of planets in the sky, the outer planet is the one that always wins. They have the bigger orbit, they have the bigger impact on our reality. So in this case, it's Pluto. So to ease this tension, I recommend investigating the truth of your ideas, of your thoughts, allowing yourself to change your mind, especially about these Jupiter and Taurus themes. Like, if Jupiter's here wanting to bring you abundance and you have this underlying belief, like, I don't deserve that. I need to work really hard to get abundance. Like, you're having this, like, stuck thought pattern is going to hold you back from welcoming in blessings, right? So working with this Pluto in Aquarius energy, I invite you to get to the bottom of a thought pattern. Challenging a belief will strengthen it if it is to stay. So like allowing yourself to be questioned with why you believe certain aspects about your life. I hope that makes sense. So by doing that, because Pluto is the destroyer. Pluto is the planet that will dig and dig and dig and like excavate the thought until you get to the base of it. And Pluto will throw out whatever doesn't serve you, and whatever is serving your highest good, he like empowers it and then puts it back. So Pluto wants to help you grow, but he wants you to get rid of the stuff that's holding you back. So by doing so, by allowing yourself to dig into your thoughts, Aquarius, your thoughts about the future, your thoughts about humanity, by digging deep to figure out what the core of those beliefs are, this will alleviate some of that tension between Jupiter and Pluto. The square, like I said, is going to be here until Saturday. So it's going to... I don't want to say it's going to be an intense week, but like it could be, you know. The astrology is always about how you choose to embody it. So Jupiter moving into Taurus, Jupiter is going to want to shake up your routine. Taurus is all about the basic necessities. Taurus does the same thing day in and day out. But Jupiter, this like big Kool-Aid man, wants to jump in and be like, bah, here I am. Let's start this business now so that you can make all the money that you want to make. So the more you hold on to dear life, Pluto in Aquarius, the more you're like, no, this is how I've always done it, the more resistance you'll feel. So I wanted to ask the deck today. I brought 2 decks, and I think we'll have enough time to get to both. So I first want to ask our guides, what does Pluto want us to investigate our ideas around? Like what does Pluto want us to challenge within like our belief system right now? So we're going to use this deck, Ask Your Guides, to get some answers about that. And then the next deck will ask about how, if it's not answered in this first reading. So if this is your first time with me, you may not know that I do group readings, and the group readings are always just beautiful, and they always are very concise, and they link together, and usually everyone has a whole big I love doing this work here. It's amazing. So I invite you to send your energy into this deck. Maybe taking a minute to connect to your highest self. If it resonates with you, trying to connect to Pluto right now, because we're asking for his help. And we are asking Pluto, what areas of our life, or like what situations, what qualities of ourselves are we here to investigate at this time? What can we let go of in order to alleviate the tension of Pluto square Jupiter? After these 3 cards come out, I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. So you're going to see that same image 3 times. The cards are going to look the exact same. But I invite you to tune into your intuition, right? So Jupiter is not in Taurus just yet, but Jupiter in Taurus can also help expand your intuition in the form of your clair senses. Because your clairs are all just your 5 senses. Clear seeing, clairvoyance, right? Clear vision. Clairaudience is clear hearing. Claircognizance is clear knowing. So there's your 6th sense. But I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. And I want you to notice if your body does anything when I hold up a certain card. So like I stated in the beginning, this whole reading is for all of us, but sometimes our guides just want us to like laser focus on one message. So I'm going to show you the cards and then let us know in the chat which one, if any of them are resonating, if it's all 3. If you don't get any type of sign, that just means that the whole message is for you today, like fully, equally. Okay, so here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. and the back of card number 3. So let us know in the chat if any of those resonated with you. And I'll show them one more time just in case. Here again is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Normally you guys are throwing your numbers in the chat and nothing is moving yet, so I'm just going to give the chat box a minute to catch up. Bonnie says 2 with a 3 afterthought. Interesting. We're asking Pluto which of our beliefs need to be investigated in order to alleviate the tension of Jupiter square Pluto. I'm just going to start reading the cards. And if the chats come through, I'll read them. So the first message that Pluto brought us today is card number 43, Risk. And Pluto worked with our joy guides to bring us this. Oh, that sucks. Christine, sorry. Here's card number 1. The keywords for this card are, you know what? Actually, there might be a reason why the audio and visual has been so choppy here. Maybe we're all supposed to work on our claircognizance. Wow. I see the front of card 1. Audio is you showing the back of card 1. I'm confused. The new computer is on the way. Give me 1 week. Yeah, maybe our guides would just really like us all to work on that claircognizance. So instead of focusing on looking at the card and getting a feel, maybe they just want us to close our eyes and feel into card number 1, 2, or 3. Even though we all know what card 1 is. So maybe we're all here to take a risk. So the keywords for card number 1 are curiosity, delight, bliss, and charisma. Life feels good right now, and you're barely scratching the surface of what's possible. Follow your joy guides as they lead you into this new, sensual, and highly appealing territory. Flaunt your sexy self, flirt, laugh, explore, take your free spirit for a walk on the wild side. Don't be afraid of daring exploits. You don't need to push the limits past the familiar, the predictable, and the safe. Or no, you do. Sorry, you do need to push the limits past the familiar, the predictable, and the safe, free from fear's grip. This will give you the psychic juice to create. Your joy guide's message is let your hair down and live a little. I'll read the chat. Chats were just coming through. I'll read it after I talk about this. But so we asked Pluto, what do we need to challenge our beliefs around? What do we need to dissect our thoughts around? And it's risk. I love this. The joy guides are telling you right now, like, take the risk, make that big jump, go for it. How many times can you get this message before you still have those fears? This is definitely saying, even if things seem to be working great for you, even if things seem to be good and gravy, Pluto and your joy guides want you to know that things can get even better. You're definitely entitled to have everything that you've wanted. You don't need to be settling for something that's good enough. This is saying, like, if you have dreams, go for them. Let the fear go. There might be some fear around, like, if I give up what I currently have to go for something bigger, I might lose everything I currently have and I'll fall down, right? Look at this card. We have the people on the trapeze. If I jump from one trapeze to the next, if I don't catch the person's hands who's supposed to catch me, maybe I'm going to fall all the way down to the net and I won't even have the trapeze at all. Pluto wants you to know that that's poppycock. That's all poppycock. Fear will hold you back. Fear is all made up. Take the risk. Let's see. Jacqui says, I'm bugging out and will catch the replay. Audio is so split from the video that you're reading the cards on video, but on audio, you're just showing them. Wow. Audio is way off from the video. Suzanne, long delay. It's like this is being transmitted from Pluto. Oh gosh. Fiorella says the video is very delayed and skippy. Fiona, yeah, I think the audio and visual is off by close to a minute. Wow. Doug is going with card 2, which refuses to be shown. Christine's gonna catch me live on YouTube. Okay. Well, I'll keep going for now. This is so annoying. Bye, Bonnie. I'll see you on YouTube. So I'll keep going with this reading. I'll probably read these next 2 cards and then we'll see. But I do put the replays of these on my YouTube channel if you want to come back for the messages later. And then in 1 hour from now, I'm going to be going live on YouTube. Maybe I'll just redo a card reading there because the technology seems to work better on YouTube for me. I don't know. So maybe this is not meant to be an interactive. Maybe this is meant for just a lecture today. Card number 2 that refused to be shown. It is deprivation. This is coming from our prosperity guides, and it is card number 34. This is asking what Pluto wants us to challenge our beliefs about. Deprivation. The key words for this card are withholding, paranoia, stinginess, and frugality. Whether because of a sudden change of circumstance or long-held patterns of lack, you may find yourself feeling overly concerned about your finances and security right now. You might be worrying that there won't be enough to meet your needs, so you're trying to conserve every penny. Your fears may even cause you to unconsciously seek others to reassure you or guarantee your needs in some way. The trouble with allowing these fears to take over is that your insecurity will be felt by others, and they will step back, fearful of being used for your security, creating a cycle of even more deprivation. This circle of fear and lack dries up the well of prosperity even further. Happily, your prosperity guides are here to help you reverse this vibration. They inform you that hoarding or withholding in any way goes against the divine flow of the universe, and it's the opposite of what's called for to create prosperity. The universal laws of prosperity state that we receive what we give. The universe does not lack. Lack only exists in our minds. The true source of poverty is an indication that we have disconnected from our divine source, which causes low self-esteem. This is the true source of lack in any area of life, whether it's money, comfort, security, or even love. To get back into the flow of things, your prosperity guides urge you to reconnect to the source by being generous in all ways. Any stingy tendencies, even with yourself, only keep you cut off from divine supply. Reclaim your self-esteem by recognizing that you are a trust fund baby of the universe. Your needs will be met easily if you open your heart to receiving the universe's gifts. Connect to this flow by sharing what you can. A smile, a compliment, your assistance, your time. Your prosperity guide's message: tap into the abundance of the universe by sharing your heart. Beautiful message for Jupiter and Taurus. What does Pluto want us to dissect is our beliefs about money and how easily it comes to us, and how giving doesn't mean depleting. Giving means opening the flow to receive more. This is something that I've been working on for quite some time. I personally grew up in a very low-income household and had developed lots of beliefs of lack, that like we were only able to make so much and it was everyone else's fault, that we could only make so much money, we could only work certain jobs that paid so much, whatever, and like you have to have a whole lot saved up just in case, and just all of these beliefs. And I'm not fully on the other side yet. I'm working towards it. I'm still there. So like, I'm with you. If you're having this poverty consciousness thing lingering with you, I get it. I'm there with you. And like little things have been showing me that it really is about releasing and then it comes back. So just yesterday, right? So you guys hang out with me, you know, I quit my day job. That was like my safety net, and I'm focusing fully on my business, my offerings, my healing, whatever, my knowledge. It's super scary, not gonna lie, but this is me building my trust with the universe. Because I know, I have that deep inner knowing, like I'm provided for. The universe wants me to be prosperous. The universe has abundance for me. I know it and I teach it. And now I'm like putting it into practice. So I am relying on opportunities to come up to like bring in money when I need it. And something like buying that computer was super scary. That's a huge chunk of money. You know, I have a reserve that, you know, money comes and goes. I've had this reserve for a while and like it keeps coming back up. Like I keep spending it and then like money just shows up in it again. And then I spend it and then money just shows up again. And it's so interesting. It's so interesting. Like the less control I put on it, the easier it seems to come, if that makes sense. So whatever, I bought the computer yesterday. I trust that like the money is cycling back to me, because I'm putting it out with good intent. I'm not buying a new computer because I need to play better video games. You know, like I'm buying a new computer to give you guys a better experience here on Insight Timer. Because this is extremely frustrating, this audio-visual, whatever the fuck is happening. So that was a thing. And then, so I just made that big purchase and then it was time to go grocery shopping for the week. And that's been a source of stress underlying for me for the longest time. I think this is probably from growing up with a family of 10 kids, low income, like you just gotta buy the bare minimum to feed everyone, doesn't matter what it tastes like as long as you got food in your belly. So like grocery shopping for me has brought up a lot of stress. But yesterday I went to the store and I just got what we needed. I didn't look at prices. I just got what we needed. I bought a few things that I wouldn't normally buy because I felt like buying them. The total at the cash register was at least $50 less than I was expecting it to be, so that was cool. And then my husband happened to offer this one time to pay for groceries. Like I didn't say anything about like I don't have money, blah blah blah, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna cover this this time. Like, just take my money. And it was like, oh, like, thank you, universe. So yeah, the deprivation is not true. Money needs us to be used. Like, without our interaction with money, money is meaningless. Money does not have power over us. Money is not above us. Money loves us because we're the ones that bring it to life. So that was card number 2. Nicole says, it's weird because the audio and visual tend to be in sync before shuffling the cards. Then the energy changes it. Very powerful. That's very interesting. Before I read card 3 too, I just want to thank you guys if you're still here, if you're still sticking around with these delays. I appreciate it. I really do. And sometimes I've heard that if people leave the live and come back, it like resyncs, or if you like quit the app and come back in, it resyncs. So I'm just throwing that troubleshooting out there because who knows. Yeah, this has been happening for some time, and I promise you guys I'm doing my due diligence of figuring out, like, is all my stuff updated? There's nothing running in the background, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm doing what I can to make this work. I don't understand why it's not working. I'm literally sitting right next to my router. Like, I can see it in my visual field right now. So I'm just letting you guys know that this is a lesson. And I truly appreciate your patience and your dedication to me and my work. What else does Pluto want us to investigate our thoughts around? The last card, card number 3, is card number 37 from our creativity guides. The card is creativity. The keywords for this card are patience, practice, re-evaluation, and assessment. Your creativity guides are advising you that there is no way to avoid risk if you wish to live a creative life. My God. Stop worrying about making right and wrong choices and view all of them as creative opportunities. Be glad you have the freedom to make choices at all. And realize that no matter what you choose, you'll create something. If you don't like the result, then simply go back to the drawing board and make new and hopefully better choices. Your creativity guides remind you not to look at life in terms of black and white, me against you, all or nothing. You are a creative spirit regardless of what else is going on in your life. Assess your creations with appreciation and respect. Whether good, bad, or indifferent, they all reflect your creativity. Celebrate everything you enjoy and don't fret over the rest. See your less desirable creations as interesting rough drafts and follow your creativity guide's advice. Go back to the drawing board. An explosion just went off in my mind because there's a few things going on after reading this card. So, creativity mentioned that, like, in order to be a creative being, which we all are, you need to take risk, which was our first card. And the risk card, I remember, said something about creativity. So, like, these two obviously go hand in hand. Another thing that I realized about this reading, the first card was number 43. The second card was the reverse, 34. And then the third card is 37, which, you know, whatever. But then all of them have a 3 in it. So like 333 energy. We also have 43, 34. Those both equal 7. And then we have the 37. So it's like 777, 3 right there. Extra energy. Yeah, this, I don't know what this means, but I'm just noticing these things. Yeah, creativity. If you do have trust in the universe, you get to create the life that you want by taking risks and trusting that the universe will catch you if you fall, and like having that trust in yourself to know that it's okay to fail. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to try something and have it not flourish to the highest destiny, you know? It's okay to go back and try again, because by failing, you're learning new lessons. You're learning things along the way that you wouldn't have learned if life was easy all the time. So Pluto right now wants you to know that it's time to take a risk. Okay, something that might have been holding you back from this risk that you want to take is the fear of being deprived of basic resources, right? I'm still feeling this Taurus energy, like the money, the safety net. Like you're afraid to take the risk because you think you're going to lose it all. However, we are creative beings. We're here on Earth to create. We are made in the image of the Creator, which means that we are creators ourselves. Our purpose here is to create the life that we want. And how can we do that if we have the fear of being deprived? This is something, at least for me, the deprivation, this is something for me that has taken years. And I've tried, right? I've tried creating a better money mindset many different times. I've tried multiple different programs. I've tried multiple different healing methods to heal this out of me. And every little one gave me one baby step and one baby step and one baby step. But if and now taking the risk of literally just throwing all caution to the wind. It's the risk that is bringing the beauty in all of this. If you don't take the risk, you're not going to build the courage. Courage isn't built by staying safe. And Pluto wants you to explore that. Pluto wants you to know that even if you feel safe and cushy where you are now, whatever that underlying urge is, go for it. Go for it. I'm going to pull one last card quickly. It's my understanding that you guys are not in time with this, so I'm just going with it. Tony, I really appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. And it still feels right to ask how. So I'm going to pull from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. And I'm going to ask Pluto, how do we challenge our beliefs about taking a risk, not being deprived, and maintaining our creativity? How are we able to do that? Maybe if you guys send your energy into this deck, it'll kickstart the audio and visual back into alignment. So I don't know if you'll be able to see the deck when I hold this up, but I ask you to send your energy into this deck, and we're going to ask Pluto how we're able to change, not even change, how we're able to dive into our beliefs, dig deep to find the core of our beliefs. If you are enjoying today's session, and if you're still here, there's a good chance that you are enjoying today's messages. If you'd like to offer an energy exchange, donations are always appreciated, never expected. You can also offer an energy exchange through other things in life, right? The deprivation card touched on that immensely. If you don't have money right now to give out, or if you don't have the belief that you have money to give out, you can give love in other ways. Give what you can, be generous with what you can, and that's how the universe brings everything back to you. So if that means following me on Insight Timer, if that means subscribing to my YouTube channel, if that means following my newsletter, subscribing to my newsletter, interacting with my YouTube stuff, interacting with my Facebook posts, interacting with my TikTok posts, those are all energies that can be exchanged, and it's all appreciated. So I want you to get out of any kind of mindset oh, I don't have enough, I need to give in a different way. No, just anything that you guys give out, it's so appreciated. And then it fuels me to want to give more. You know what I'm saying? So all of my links are in my link tree, which is in my Insight Timer bio. And you can follow me everywhere. And I appreciate you. Doug, I love your lighthearted spirit. He says, it's all good, Jacqui. We'll miss it when you have the new computer. Yeah, these will actually be like succinct, clear readings. What's that? That's not Jacqui energy. Jacqui energy is all crazy and miscombobulated. All right, so we asked Pluto, how do we dig deep into our thoughts about risk, deprivation, and creativity? And the card that came from the Angels and Ancestors deck is the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you are going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. The Mirror Guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the Mirror Guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Oh my gosh. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Wow, wow, wow. I feel like this is extremely aligned. So how do we examine our deep-seated beliefs about taking risks, that we might lose it all, that we won't be able to go back to the drawing board and create more? Reflect on your present in comparison to your past. Yeah, that's a really good way to challenge your beliefs. Like, even I'm trying to think of examples. Like, if I had a belief that I was only worth X amount of dollars, I can still look back to when, like I was without a job years ago, and then opportunities just found me. And like taking that time to reflect and review on where you've come from. I think it's so common for humans to always look ahead. You got to plan for your future. You got to make sure that you make it. You got to have goals. You got to achieve. That's been the message plummeted in our face forever. And it is kind of that message, like in the spiritual world too, kind of, but like, don't look back. Don't lament on where you've come from, like that's in the past, leave it behind you, but celebrate. This is something that I'm working on too. It's a message that keeps coming up for me, but you weren't always where you are now. So look back to when you were in a lower, lesser place, especially in the areas of your life that you're trying to grow now. And just by reflecting and realizing how much you have grown, that in itself can start to help you to get to the roots of like, well, why do I have this underlying belief? If I have been growing and evolving and achieving in this area of my life, why do I still think that I can't? Why do I still think that it's difficult? I already have. You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do is when I go on YouTube live in 35 minutes. So 9:45 Central Time, I'm going to hop back on YouTube Live. I'm going to reread these cards because of how disgusting the connection was today. And then we're going to go through all of the houses of astrology to see where Taurus or where Jupiter may be transiting through for the next year for you. So I invite you to come to that. It's just a free event, you know. I'll just show up on YouTube and search my name. I'm not like 100% sure with how that works with the live stuff, but just search my name. You'll see the event. You can be there. Hop in, join us. The chat there is awesome, and I can actually get like that live back and forth with you guys. Yeah, but we'll reread the cards, get into that, because today was... there were great messages, but I missed the back and forth with you guys. Like, the banter is what gets me going here. The energy exchange is what gets me going here. You know what I'm saying? But this replay will be on YouTube if you can't make it to the live with us. But that's it. I will see you guys in just over 30 minutes. Or if you want to come back to Insight Timer, I'll be back on Friday. 1 second. I think... yeah, Friday. Friday there is a new moon in Taurus, which is great. More newness. So I'll be back here on Insight Timer at 8:15 Central talking about the new moon in Taurus. If you have stuck it out this whole time, I really appreciate your patience and your dedication to me and my work. Thank you guys for being here. I hope that these messages have served you well. I hope to see you guys on YouTube in a little bit. Love to all. Namaste. Until next time.